5-match
win streak.
maybe looking a little better on Lotus these days.
Yesterday against Lev. That's why they're in this situation now, playing NRG.
They do both like this map though. NRG on defense, G2 on attack. Dude, look at this pistol record. What the hell?
To make it to London, and now can they best G2 for the first time and make it to the final?
It's time for match start, folks. Presented by Samsung OLED. Straight into the pistol, an identical pistol record for both of these teams.
Get down to the 0.8 on the tail end of the percentage. That is crazy. Both 19 for 17. It's fast from G2 getting into this B side, and Jaw taking extra space towards that link.
Ethan wasn't even considering it, I think.
Here for G2 inside this B side, and Baby is
Ooh,
dishing it out.
Nice shot.
He can't quite get
Bro,
off the line.
Bandit, man.
Kiko's able to find a couple, but Mata finds himself
super nervous for the Bandit buff.
G2 already having dispersed, except for VALORANT.
Dude, that one looked easy, by the way. That looked easy on this one. They took so much space. They also picked the right side as well.
You saw Jaw just push all the way through main, cut off Ethan when he was trying to wrap from Waterfall to go help the team. G2 take the fight to them in Blue Room as well. All pro activity from start to finish in what felt like a 20-second round.
Both those kills for Baby, they were affected by paranoia. They could not see that coming. Sick util there from VALORANT. Who, top of Starcy's top 5. Someone who can kind of do it all. IGL and Frag with the very best of them.
G2, please.
Test in a real way today against Ethan. Two-time world champion.
Don't go for the fight here on an eco. Okay. A lot better. At least the NRG actually like go to them. I think they were going to though. I actually think they were going to prod Mountain.
There's a convergence in this kind of game as well, if you think about it. The 2023 EG team featured both Dorgamo and Ethan. They went their separate ways, and it kind of took them quite a while to start to find that same level of success they'd found under EG.
Yeah, neither of them in that following year, 2024, after the champs win. Ethan not finding success on NRG. Jaw stuck around with EG. Things didn't work out, and then he goes on to join up with G2, wins all the Americas trophies last year.
And people walk into stacks way too much.
NRG team around him with the challengers players, wins champs.
The human drone usage has gone down a little bit this year.
Eluding them.
I will say that.
Close to start last year in Bangkok. Second place, losing 14 to 16 in map 5 against T1. And then NRG retool the roster and win champs at the end of the year. It's crazy.
It's like that younger brother, the talented younger brother that just eclipses you. It's brutal. Yeah, G2 need to try and find out, distill what it takes to win at a global. They have got to get there first. They've at least secured their presence in London. And there'll be another global this year after that, of course, the big one. First couple rounds passed without too much event. G2 already stacking up those first couple. Might have a tech-rated issue on stage here.
Well.
The tech
sorry, I'll get my violin out of my bag for you folks. It's a normal size one, not a tiny one. All right, players settling in here, just trying to make sure all these match conditions are hunky-dory.
It begins, yeah.
It's the best of 5 in a very, very important game for both of these teams. Get a crack at Leviathan in that upper final. Kind of brutal with that band disadvantage. Still, getting that nice seeding, being able to bypass that first stage of London, which is historically pretty brutal. Group stages at Masters events are not for the faint of heart.
This is just such a weird matchup too. Like, you know, obviously there's going to be so much talk about the globals.
We get the Masters drill tomorrow? Yeah,
the history of these teams, what it's going to be like for them headed to London.
Tenji, thanks so much for the dude. Oh yeah, I appreciate that.
I just think about this from G2's perspective.
Thanks so
Going
much,
up against this team that has never been able to deal damage to you. They have only lost 1 map to NRG in their last 5 series. That includes
for a sore neck,
by the way.
Not really, Prodigy.
And yet NRG have what it takes to win at the global
to beat
stage.
Everybody else.
It's crazy. But that is just the nature of VALORANT sometimes, the way that matchups work.
Prediction for this game?
Like, draw attention to later on in this map and the rest of the series is Leviathan noise cutting midway through their rounds yesterday.
They can't look as bad as yesterday. There's no way that G2 looked that bad twice.
Pushing up for info and getting punished for it. Everyone keeps throwing around the words disciplined for this G2 team, but that was anything but. They didn't really seem to know what to do about it. Now, in fairness, it was on Ascent. So maybe there's rust issues. But the team that everyone learns that mid-round noise cut reset from is bloody NRG. That is their signature style. And teams get punished by them for not being able to refight properly back into that space that NRG sit.
Has there ever been a team that's won from being number 1 seed through the upper bracket?
In that same mindset as yesterday, or prone to making the
Were
same
there even
mistakes
seeds back then when
pushing up for
Fnatic did the upper
information,
bracket run?
they're going to struggle here too.
Was it Tokyo?
Yeah, we definitely saw that.
I'm not even sure there were seeds back then. Nongshim? Oh yeah, Nongshim just did it, that's true.
The holes opened up where there were exploits to be found for Leviathan to win that game. The attack side,
Did Fnatic
did
even get a seed?
In the comms with G2 as well,
then,
how
maybe.
regimented every moment throughout the round is. How everything in the mid round is.
I'm not even sure what happened back then.
3-2-1. There's always multiple players swinging together.
I don't think you skipped groups back
Got
then.
complete control of the situation. It feels like whenever you're easing through the round, right?
They were second seed, but you had to play groups anyway. Okay, yeah.
Normal G2 that we're used to seeing in that regard.
Then yeah, Nongshim, I guess.
Right, for the first time since their run
That's
started.
also why people are predicting NRG to win today, and why, you know, just based on like looking at the talent spreads, it's 50-50 because, yes, recency bias, but also you can't not feel like, okay, this is a moment where G2 were vulnerable. NRG have won 6 matches in a row, and G2 look beatable after yesterday.
Now, we talked a little bit about
They didn't have to play groups in Tokyo. Wait, what?
G2 feel like they've seen a couple on the NRG side. Earlier we spoke with Trent about some of the cracks he feels he sees.
They were second seed, but didn't have to play groups.
I think sometimes when they're not like
because they won lock-in,
the other team, their team play kind of falls off, and so it's easier to be ahead of them. And
so different. So different
you know,
now.
Isolate people and get kills that they normally wouldn't let you get if they were, you know, having a win streak of rounds. And I think that's their biggest weakness. So hopefully we can shut down their momentum and, you know, just start picking.
They got an extra seed. Yeah, I used to get extra seeds. I remember that. Na'Vi qualified because of it,
right?
right?
A little bit more detailed than we normally get from our players when we ask them to expand.
Who is random with the Prime? Thank you for the 18 months, mate. Appreciate that. Thank you.
What they expect from their opponents. How do you sort of, what's your vibe check on that idea that if NRG aren't dominating someone, their team play falls off? Because NRG are credited with some of the most ridiculous comebacks we have ever seen in VALORANT.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. Like, wait a second. I've seen NRG make more obscene comebacks, I think, than any other team, it feels like.
It's another example to say Mini's a fraud. That's true. Didn't even have to play groups.
Such a factor for them when they won
Single limb tourney and didn't even have to play groups. Holy.
I mean, to be fair, G2 were able to do the same thing on Pearl yesterday. Right?
Have you been watching or keeping up with EWC? Nah, not really. I looked at some of the comps and some of the results.
And that bounce back.
It's a big timeout called by Josh Artsy. I think that
it's a weird one, man, because it's just like some teams want to play it, some teams don't really want to play it, some teams have got a lot to prove, so they want it more. Some teams maybe going to London, so it's like, do they even really want to play it? Everyone's playing in their bedroom in their pants, so they're unbelievable. And 40 ping or whatever it is. It's a weird one.
Yeah, honestly, like what we saw from G2 yesterday when they were down 2-7 on Pearl and then bounced back and they're suddenly playing like a totally different team with a lot of confidence, a lot of proactivity. We have seen that from them on plenty of different occasions. Sometimes it's Josh as the catalyst, sometimes it would be Baby Bay making a sick play.
It's a preview for next year, that's true. Dude, the online qualifiers could be scary, man.
Swinging together, taking the proactive timings. They have the ability to just
the online qualifiers are going to be funny.
Switch on a dime.
Some teams are going to fail pretty heavy.
NRG2, and they just start playing like a totally different team. We're back in the game, NRG on defense, and they've got the weaponry online that they love to have. That is Brock with the Odin. Their defense on this map is just a brick wall. Last year, they were devastating on Lotus. It was the catalyst of a lot of their success when Scuba joined the team, because him as a duo on defense with Brock are just so strong at anchoring these sites.
It is very difficult to get in past this Vice util. Both teams have relatively similar comps, right, with the difference in the duelists, but they both have
kind of looking like they're going to go into the stack,
both
yeah.
teams to try and operate around this lurk wall on that A side of the map, the one that Marta is right now.
We spoke about this a little bit, where everyone that kind of plays this area just gets wrecked these days.
Fades out of the picture. That's the B side presence now neutralized.
Dude, it's big from Baby Bay getting this kill, man. They cancel their whole plan over towards here. They're going to push out A. They got the option to end over towards B.
Keep the attention of NRG there. And perhaps they try to go for something with some of that Sentinel utility down.
Okay, re-clear over towards A, into the pop B. I like this though from NRG. Kiko goes aggro over towards C, clears all of this. They can get double stack on B right now. Wait, how's that not a kill?
Struggling. Mata's been able to pick up lead here now, and Brock will find his moment to swing on it just as Mata emerges.
Man, fair play. Kiko gets 0 kills here, but he wins the round for them.
And now is going to be crunched.
It's huge from him, man. Clears all the info over towards C once it goes silent, and so basically they push back over towards A, clears all of C, gets that info, 2-person stack here, and then they manage to get the third rotate fast here from Mata. They managed to actually get a 3-person site hold with 4v5.
Commit to hold this site, right? He pushes past the smoke. He's up there in heaven with the Odin spraying. And Mata getting that kill on Leaf just completely opens up the ability to flood onto that site and keep G2 just contained within the little kind of pit area. They have no space to work with, no time to work with. So great job from NRG to bring it back.
Such a slow burn round up until that point where G2 execute on a B and a cut down.
I like that Trent gets the Odin out straight away though.
This deep smoke over towards this
See some stupid duels here.
means they've got to slow it down.
As always on the defense, you're going to see some of that Vice utility just scattered around multiple sides.
Great shot.
Wow, that time, yeah, Leaf
See the amount of fast kills G2 are getting right now.
The north to south flick mechanically is brutal to pull off.
And in the meantime, look at G2 just prodding towards this seaside, trying to get this utility out from the Vice. The shear wall.
Let's see if we got another good reaction going on.
Close up. Ethan is forced to get back towards.
Do they need to at the moment? Prowler got shot.
But much like in the previous round,
gamble on B.
mind funneling G2 in that B direction if they can. G2 might still fancy going over with
pressure over towards C, double push through.
And the window
Skip is so dead, surely.
Find Jaws, he crosses over. No, the next wave might be an opportunity. He's going to be spammed out from within the smoke.
You got owned by the double TP.
Brock is just forced on out of here. This is some pretty sick mid-round play from G2. Just watching them dismantle this defensive setup slowly and then working into the execute.
There was a day that NRG beat G2, it's today. It's definitely one of their better chances.
To get any value there.
But it requires them to win out on the A side of the map. Otherwise,
I don't know, man. I just feel like
it all falls apart if that loose end doesn't.
I feel like they would have got shouted at a little bit yesterday.
Trouble here.
They played so bad yesterday.
Cover going out. Astonishingly nerdy to put that together here. NRG want to maintain those weapons, and I don't think Trent fancies an overstep himself. Nico isolated here, at least able to pick him up.
G2? Yeah, G2 played awful yesterday.
See this Odin by Broad being carried well and truly across the map, tucked by Dree here. That is some snappy shooting again from Jaw.
Yeah, that's tough for NRG. Only the one gun carried over. See how they adjust the setup here after G2 have found a lot of success over towards that seaside, just getting rid of the util. This is insane.
Which team not making London are you most upset by?
And look at how they deal
I'm not
with
upset with any of them,
that goes towards the right side of the site,
to be honest, but in terms of who do I think was the best team out of all the ones that didn't qualify? Probably T1.
If there was a player banned, right?
We got a hot dog already.
Finally, we were waiting for one. Yeah, we were waiting all day for a
maybe
hot dog.
Fnatic with Vekish, I guess.
That is about as good as it gets from G2. Everything kind of goes right.
But T1 actually looked like decent, man.
A side of the map.
Fnatic were a little
it's something they can continue to
fortunate to have such a good run in their group.
This map. NRG historically very, very hard to break through. But now they've
the
really
Vekish stuff kind of wrecked them a
start
little
from
bit.
nothing. Brock's kept the Odin at least, but everybody else on NRG
Eternal Fire were pretty good.
So now they're contending with that economic disadvantage. As G2 start to lock in,
Brock has been on a tear with the Odin recently too. That is just the additional layer of this NRG comp that makes it so potent on defense. Like a lot of people play with the Vice and the Viper. That's nothing new, right? But it's the fact that on top of that, you have the best Odin player in the world just bogging you down and chokes.
Yeah, I mean, this stage
for
sure the groups just didn't even matter, to be honest.
Moments like that are just so frequent with him. He's having
the groups actually just gave you misinformation more than anything.
Right now, ranked #2 in pretty much all of the relevant stats across the board in these playoffs.
Who's #1, by the way?
It's Kiko.
Okay, well.
And it's mostly on his Phoenix.
Okay, we got the Forsaken smoke.
Get done on the Omen. Obviously, his controller has been solid.
I dodged the fade eye. I think he actually did the Forsaken smoke a little too deep.
Kiko gets exploratory here.
He can sit in the middle, maybe.
The mound is smoked out. But he's not really buying it for a second. And Brook also wants to play up a little bit further now. Oh, that's another win for Leaf on the A side of the map. That is huge.
Yeah,
Dude, every single time they get the first pick, though.
Game over on A has been all Leaf in the past 2 rounds. And again, this is just going to be cause for concern for NRG that G2 can be working
what
up
the
A for
hell?
free.
Dude, even
A lot of
Kiko's like,
damage
what
on
the
Kiko
hell? How's
there,
that a
but
headshot on me?
Sees them on the retreat, and it looks like that is going to encourage NRG to try and get their players stacked more towards this A side. You can see the rotate coming through on the minimap.
There's not going to be any stairs presence for the defenders. This might start to accelerate pretty quickly here for G2. Yep.
I mean, it's not too bad from NRG, though. They get the rotate out.
Went into baby door, and yeah, again, you're crossing.
Holy Jesus Christ.
For Brooks to get anything done, and that is a stinker from Scuba. Doesn't really have the weaponry to dominate here. And Brook finally is forced to give up the LMG.
Jogamo is just patient on that wrap. He wants more. He's just hungry for kills at this point. Ethan gets the late trade, and one that's probably going to be irrelevant. Low HP, 1 versus 3, has to deal with the Odin.
Yeah, very much this is junk time kills. We talked about G2's attack side, though. That has been relatively above reproach. Such meticulous mid-rounding
to everyone.
from them. But both of these last
Dude,
two
this is
rounds
a rough one, though, man.
because their lurk player wins.
They're going to
his
show it
duel
for sure.
leave. Quietly, the engine room for G2.
And that one just to catch on the jump spot with the Outlaw. Smart to bring it into that round. State of the economy. Yeah, tough for Scuba there.
Nice clean there for Valorant.
Dude, the little
George
crouch
6-2
look down he did is
showstopper
funny.
at the ready.
They are terrifying.
And NRG at least can buy back into this one now, so Scuba can actually have a real weapon.
Started smiling midway through, yeah. After he missed the first like 4 bullets, he started laughing already.
Close, and they're not ready for this. NRG so conditioned to the slow early rounds from G2.
Oh,
they are
Jesus.
caught off guard. Let's tune in as G2 try and land the plane.
Oh, hold up though. Balance low HP.
I'm gonna lurk here and you leave. Pop Thorn B early.
Yeah, I think he rotated already.
Listen, it's Fade, Viper, AJ.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay. You guys should leave.
You're thinking.
Make a new event and then come back to me maybe.
There's a wall somewhere. You see the beard?
Wall should be
C.
He's gonna just leave the wall, I'm pretty sure, boys.
Yeah.
He's gonna be playing the other one.
I'm fishing B.
Yeah, do it.
Can't be break, right?
No.
So wall here. I'm in
No
B.
wall.
Walled up. I'm
I'm
gonna
yourself, okay?
Careful.
try and
Just
stand
hold.
off
Just
you.
hold.
So we have time.
When wall
We're
goes,
in.
Baby here trying to operate on this off angle. Valen said maybe rattle the cage and come back to me. That could be a transition through baby door for G2. Potentially. Leaf looking to try and stick this now. 3-player flood potentially out from this direction, but the Razorvine is perfectly apportioned for this.
Yeah, they have to wait for that cloud to drop. Valen is waiting to see if someone's going to go around Baby Door. Not the case. Everyone from NRG right up front.
Scuba, big round for him so far. Leaf is barely alive, and Valen's not very much better either. He's going to have to go now 1v2 with 21
Yeah,
points
they
of health
knew he
and
was lurking, eh?
sees that he barely dodges. He might have a timing. Ethan trying to get the stick on the defuse, but Brook
Pretty nice from
has him covered.
it's pretty nice from NRG though.
Fast
The
start for
reactions
G2,
are
and
good
NRG
right now,
looked
for
like
sure.
They took a while to adapt, but when they did, Scuba emerges with 3.
Yeah, great recovery and a little bounce back for Scuba after the whiffs on the last round. Quick little redemption from him. This was a good fight out from G2. No one on NRG were able to break the haunt that was thrown
Grouping
up
up his
top.
OP. It looked like they
Lotus
kind of knew
in the
exactly what they were
struggle
doing.
zone on this
Not
A
gonna lie.
side right now.
That is sick.
Like if you could have done the most perfect
Well,
thing
he's
here,
still
NRG pretty
doing
much did it. And they knew that he was going to be
Kind of
lurking
insane
over
that G2
towards
just
A
gets
as
snarled
well.
up as they're trying to cross rubble and lose 2.
They mitts
Yeah,
with
it
the
was
tier
cool to
1.
hear
Appreciate the
way that
9
G2
months.
were
Thank you
trying to
for that.
dissect the map to work into towards that.
Yeah, I
B side.
saw
It
that.
all worked out, but
Probably a good
NRG
move for
able to
them.
win those fights on the retake. Leaf is back to the Outlaw over on this A side. Yeah, Amato wants to adjust his line of play here. Feels like he just needs to mix things up a little bit. The standard approach towards that A side. is
Outlaw
not
comes
giving
out.
him the results.
3 that can get one
G2 are
shot.
already committed towards
3 that can't buy
but
next
they can
round.
double back to assist baby.
D2 win this, it's going to be a
Yeah,
big
so
half, really.
some on the setup. NRG with that judge pressed up towards B. They can just keep the wall, thorns, Rose on the C side. Mata, if he needs to try to escape, he can, and then get behind a thorns on the B side as well. So this side of the map is pretty adequately covered from NRG.
This might require a little bit more fishing, as Baby Bay put it, to occur on this A side of the map. Prowlers exchange here. There'll be confirmation from NRG that no one is pushed up too deep from G2. That is a tucked corner from Scuba, so Leaf will not be able to see him.
You can see Mata's actually drifted over his position Posted up now in blue room with the judge.
30
Feels like
seconds
they
left.
have the right idea here.
G2 have read the econ. They might not want to be running in here like this. So, okay, overdrive. He's going to claim Trent. He runs headlong into it. He had the spike in hand as well. Awkward. Clear.
It's
The
a
G2
big
are trying to
play
make a
from
cancel
Scuba.
and go towards that B side of the map.
Ooh.
Timing for Scuba there. Nice damage as well. Valen drop below, and that's exactly what Brook needs to finish the job.
It's just like the second you're trying to rotate back to the left
Right,
side
he
of the
looks
map,
so good
oh,
with
and
this
yeah,
gun, man.
Oda's waiting
It's
for you on the
crazy
angle
to play against.
every single time. Brock
The
is
flowing
just
Odin,
usually
right,
going to be
it just looks
favoring
so
that
annoying to
C
play
side,
against,
and
man,
you
I'm
know
telling
it,
you.
and eventually you have to face the demons and go deal with him with the Odin. You're trying to pivot back towards that side of the map.
The biggest difference on this map is just the general
As soon as you get the
slowdown from
first
NRG
kill
on, that
on
A side. They're not
someone that's
exposing
like
themselves
pushed
to
through the choke,
the
you just
outlaw early.
won.
They're not looking to get up towards Leaf at all. In fact,
You've
they
actually just won.
just sat Scuba back in that A side.
Yeah, credit to Mod
can't
as well
peek
for
it. You
shifting
actually
the
just can't
position
peek
at the
it.
right time and getting that
You
great
get tagged
burst
before
of
you
the
peek, so then
overdrive.
your peek's just so slow that you're not even around the corner.
But he is back to that A side, Mana, taking
The
the
tagging's
space.
just way too much
Won't
in this
be
game.
the 1v1 Leaf Vortex on this round.
To be fair, more manageable this time around as the aforementioned has only a stinger. Jaws, feet will be seen crossing. Okay, well he's able to draw the sheer wall out and also draw the fire from Brook, so that's confirmation.
That's a win. Gets the orb. And you can see just in terms of the NRG defense, because of Mada's position, they're able to just set up 2 players on either side. There's Vice Util on either side if the hit comes through. But so far, we have not seen G2 trying to execute any kind of timing like this. It has been more patient into these later rounds.
Oh, Mada's...
Oh, that's
He's a
rough.
jump spot. Yeah, he's just got to run. The door is open, so he is
Yeah,
safe
dude,
and out of
the
there.
whole changeover
Pretty
towards
much
A,
worse
man.
for NRG,
Anyone
they
holding
still have
aggro
5
A
standing.
solo is getting so
Now though, can they
owned.
get towards that A side quickly enough? Not upper, but it's going to be Leaf into B.
Yeah, NRG have called that rotation very quickly. Look at the position.
A
on the map.
replay
It's
looks so
fantastic.
easy now.
Do they think there's a swing over towards that B side, or they're trying to get upper presence? It looks like it's the latter here is looking Joy. He's very deep early, but the Prowler spots him out.
Forced away, so heavy control is there for NRG. They're trying to float out of stairs together. Good first kill from Baby Bay and a second.
Whoa, Brook! Okay, yep, Trent gets in with the classic Steel Garden.
Look at this timing right now from Valen on the rewrap coming through heaven.
Bear in mind, this is a half-bought round for G2. Multiple
Not the
stingers
best
in the mix.
plant
This
for
is
Valen,
such a
but
game of timings right now.
Oh, I think Trent's in trouble.
Enemy
Oh! Okay, Scuba. Recovery was there.
Well, they know where he's at now because of that paranoia drop from Valentine. He's
yeah, I was
getting
gonna
low,
say
though.
high
I like
smoke
the
to
smoke being
peek.
thrown down here. Valen has something to spam
Oh,
through
that's
now.
unlucky. Dude, it was
Scuba needs to
nicely,
help me out.
it was nicely done from Scuba.
And as far as the defuse is concerned, they're just fine.
With that molly coming, definitely complicates Valen's hopes of trying to win out that clutch, but I like the attempt with like the one-way floating smoke swing out. Full usage of the util,
Device
but
ball
not
on
enough
A.
in that
They
situation.
just need to stop trying to
NRG
set
getting
one
the
up,
right
man.
rotations around the map in another round here.
Dunno, it's changed so much
can see
this
that
over towards Lotus
There's
now.
a timing that Brock is catching of rotating off of C and always being pivotal in the fight with the Odin over on the opposite side of the map. Like he's not
Only
getting
the chamber.
ever
Only the
stuck in a
chamber
situation
works
where
really, yeah.
he's just irrelevant in the
The amount
round,
of times
even though
like
he
a
is the
solo
C
hold
anchor,
on A
able to move off of there. Scuba's kind of picking it up instead of him, and then the Odin is
gets
in
more
play.
than one. I mean,
feels like
I feel like it
G2
never even gets one these
Sniffing
days.
out the Odin at that C side of the map. And they head elsewhere. They don't want to deal with that, but they always end up running into Brook one way or another. There's plenty of stall util. Mada was lucky to be alive. Remember, he almost gets picked off straight away on that A side. He's able to fall back after that jump peak. And NRG gather up in stairs.
Team out of these
Brook
two
gets
teams to win
overextended into-
champs and
And
London.
it's an even
Dude, it
game.
wouldn't
Timeout
matter.
coming in here for
Just
Josh
any of the
RT.
five's fine.
Because we've seen a bit of a switch up
Like
for
any of the
NRG.
10
They're
is
just playing
good
that a
enough.
little bit safer in the early round. And rotations have been quick, but decisive.
We saw Josh quick to call the timeouts in the game yesterday against Leviathan multiple times, using both of them in the first half.
I feel
and
like
then
the
just
seeding matters the most for this
hoping that he'll
Masters.
do enough to keep the team in it and trusting
For
them
some
to be able
teams,
to close
I mean,
it out
honestly,
on
the
their
seeding
own without
mattered
his
the most when it
input
was the
later.
Teo meta, but I don't think anyone used their time
Tied up
well.
game, and like we mentioned earlier, sometimes it's not even tactical. Sometimes Josh just calls in to remind G2
But yeah,
who
in
they
theory,
are.
it's like relatively
Morg's still gonna have the
similar.
Odin.
I think
It
Lev
might
really
be like
won the
another early
first
push
seed.
out towards his A side of the map. Last time it was Trent's taunt that
'Cause
set
otherwise I
things
think they're
up
in
and
trouble.
Still fell apart for G2 after.
Because having no time means they have to
Throwing down
play
that
the
cloud to
neon
get
stuff,
the
and they
safe cross.
they play the neon jump the most.
Of the span from NRG, and they are aware of where the Odin is.
Yeah, I would say it's team dependent. Some teams want to be like I think your GEs and your full sense are better off in groups.
Good damage on Brook, but Mata waited for Valent to show up, and that's your Odin down. So
It's always team dependent, man. I would say.
Stairs direction. You're really relying on this toxic screen.
I'm just gonna tuck for a moment. No matter what happens to this guy, he will always keep playing with the confidence. That's a hallmark of him as a player. The amount of times we saw last year, he'd have a struggle first half, then completely bounce back, drop an ace in the second half, and finish with 20 kills.
Yep. Yeah, and he really has 2 bad maps back to back either. It's just not a thing. So there's the Viper's Pit over at the seaside. That's what's giving G2 pause at the moment. They do have their fade over there, but playing into that obviously is a very dangerous proposition, especially if my eyes don't deceive me. Is that a shield wall in there?
Yeah, there's a lot of util here to help Scuba and G2. Wow, oh my god, he just goes down anyway.
That's insane. Scuba just didn't have a lot to help him there at all. Maybe wasn't expecting the flood
Does Leaf just go for this?
So fast to try to get to this
I
side
like
right now.
my it's not the best gun for it. Holy fast
trying
flood.
to get forward. Baby Bay not with an opportunity for the kill just yet.
Did say Damata's alive here, but look at things getting slowed down a little
Oh
bit.
my
Kiko
god,
and
Leaf,
Ethan though are
mate.
going to fall. Brock still with the Odin on the line. Baby Bay,
Dude,
magnetic
how have they won that one? Leaf and Baby Bear have just done absolute madness.
That was a little bit squeaky bum though for G2. I won't
Not
lie.
sure they needed to flood when you had the Odin on waterfall, but maybe they're trying to distract for him.
Straight up entries him is crazy. Yeah, just catches him in the pit. They were providing Scuba with the
Bacan element.
had thorns to play with.
Of course, Bacon. I'll check it off
One
then.
round from Dre though.
I mean, Dre was at the top.
Thank you
bro.
for the
He had his
64 months
crosshair
as
on
well,
the
mate.
razor bar. He was
Appreciate
not looking.
That was a
6 from Trent.
low buy for G2 as well. Now it's Trent with the Odin on the attack side. All out fight here from NRG with the teleport up top, and it's just caught by Leaf.
He's just so confident playing.
Jesus, wait, what happened there? There's a smoke here, guys.
Then we got the Viper over on this side of the map. The Jaw is in hot pursuit.
What?
I
mean, they got to have seen him. They got to have seen one and got 2 from it, right? It's like the smoke didn't exist here.
The state of the meta with where the duelists are heading, especially with the Neon nerfs, right, is just way more relevant. The map pool considered it as well.
I wonder if this starts encouraging G2 to like lean into the volatility of that early round A.
Like watching Raze. Yeah, it's going to be fun watching a bit more Raze and chat, for sure. It's the more,
Yeah, I kind of want to see on the,
more fun
on the
agent.
replay what happened from their point of view, if that was like a straight spam.
Blazing, thank you with the 23 months. Appreciate the prime. And Viz47 as well with the tier 1. Thank you so much for the 40 months, man. That's a long time, bro.
Past one of the smokes. It's hard to tell on the Leaf POV exactly. But regardless of
Bring
that,
back some more Chamber. I mean, Chamber will be a lot better
Kiko
once
just gets killed on
Neons
the teleport
can't do the
away.
jumping stuff.
Didn't seem like there was any haunt value.
A lot of the reason why people don't do Chamber right now, again, because it's okay to run Chamber at the moment, but it's so hard to consistently shoot and know that the player's going to hit the Neon. Like, it's pretty much impossible to have someone that can consistently do it. Even though players will believe they can, they just can't.
Beautiful start to the round.
Wow, that's. I mean, I can't believe the.
Oh, they put the smoke down.
Mod is caught on the cross there. Yeah, one of them was just.
Yeah, and then he's
straight
spamming
spamming
the other guy.
going down.
Unlucky.
Mod getting caught on the crosshair is insane. He was stunned up and then just satchels into the chase and kills Scuba. That's crazy.
Yo, I'm.
That's a real hot dog difference today compared to yesterday.
We're
like at +3 hot dogs compared to yesterday already, bro.
Spirits are high for a good reason. That was kind of nasty work from Leaf.
Well, they wanted to fight this, now what?
Geo. Here come NRG, really looking to try and occupy some space here via Mount. Those smokes have expired and they're still here. This could get a little bit dangerous now. Paranoia as G2 looking to clear this space, but NRG dive into B main.
Oh, little chance from Mod, but that's a tough shot to hit.
He was seen though.
Oh
Mata
my.
detected. Look at G2, they
Well.
all cancel out of the seaside.
They got the info.
Dude, there's some nice fade eyes on
NRG
this
just
one.
going for the big C fight with the Vice setup over towards A. Mata is playing as aggro as it can get. He really wants to get a kill with this Guardian on the low buy round, and you definitely cannot blame him, but...
Well, he's definitely gotten some attention.
So yeah, absolutely. Look at this. I mean, he's constantly refighting
It's
angles, trying to
it's
switch up
unlucky,
the
but it's a
positioning.
pretty good plan. They used all the fade util, and I
already
think
on that.
they calmed
Little
it
jiggle
with
that
how
deletes him
he
from
wanted to
this
play that.
round.
G2 know that there's no shield wall over on the seaside. They checked that spot. So with the player advantage, re-hitting back into that side might seem like the
30
better
seconds
option.
left.
It's a weak buy for NRG.
Repass and
Still got to
stack.
respect these crossfire positions. Here's George. Showstopper.
Oh,
No
wait,
connection.
what?
Scuba wrecks him. Who's the follow-up? Yes, out of the smoke. Surely there'd be some presence from G2. But
18 seconds, guys. You actually can't really cancel
Again?
this.
It's a
You
great
just gotta
nightfall,
send
but
it B.
Leaf is just
Did they
constantly
try? Okay, they
exposing
tried.
Solo players.
10
I
seconds.
respect it
B-side,
from Ethan on this.
Wide open, low time, doesn't matter. G2 are just collecting
Yeah, they got the
kills
fade
across the
out
map
of
now
them as
with
well.
ease. Baby
Eco
for the last.
Cobra.
Another
They won this B,
three-piece.
Joe.
That was a risk taken using the Nightfall. Can't really be mad at it in that round. Time was low. Things were getting
Baby Bay? Yeah, he's
chaotic.
doing good, man.
Maybe NRG could take advantage
I
of
think he's
that,
been
but it's
doing good
not
this whole
enough.
year, really.
Based on what you've seen from G2 in the last few rounds, can you like guess at what Josh
10
might have told
seconds
him in that
left.
timeout?
One enemy remaining.
What he might have, I mean,
Yeah.
no. I was thinking about something completely different. And I was about to make a point about how good Leaf has been. And
He's thrown him under the bus with that one.
Got him. In fairness, though, you're right. Leaf exposing that B player, opening that up as an option.
Big change up.
That was sick.
Triple
Now
off.
he's gonna look up. Okay.
God, Phantom.
Coming out of that one alive is pretty insane. Great use of that op. Obviously now can hand that over. Jaw has one. Baby Bear has one. Okay. Last round of the half, I guess. And they can wait for any kind of contact push, but those have been limited on the C side of the map.
Little prowler out from NRG. Doesn't get any info towards that B side. They can be content now just rotating off and leaving Kiko to watch main. And it's just been so tough for Mata on this half. Really getting exposed over towards that A side.
In general, G2 have been phenomenal at converting these first kills, Wyatt. Still guarded. Nightfall even, you see that one's up back towards Hall, so that one is going to catch on to Brook, and all he can really do is spam to try and stop this. Now G2 can play a full natty 5-man post plant with a Viper's Pit.
What'd you
And
do?
a partridge in a pear tree.
Kiko already getting
Oh,
the cave
guys.
down. How can they
Ow.
even make it through this pit, man? They don't have the utility
Timing on
to
that
do it.
was absolutely mad.
Good first kill up top at the very least.
Paranoia coming in though. This is
Dude,
disruptive.
I will say
that's a
Trent is
problem. Kiko dropped down to
unbelievable
9.
at
It's a little
fade
bit
outs,
dangerous
man.
now. Baby Base thinking about
He
push.
always makes sure that they
Ethan,
combo
though,
it.
delivers 4
It's always with an
They're
open
so
flash,
low.
pretty much.
Scuba and Kiko seen better days. Some heroics there from Scuba yields him the kill. And Trent is probing now with this Odin. Imagine a stray bullet eventually connects. Kiko falls and G2 will get themselves to
I mean,
8
this is a
rounds on
nice
this
half
attack
from them.
side.
Really, despite how
Could've been-
fantastic
could've been
NRG
higher as well, I
typically
feel like.
are on defense, it really felt like in this instance, G2 had the recipe in terms of getting rid of the util, being able to find
Many fast
openings
kills does
across
G2
map
have? Do it.
while
They
were
wanna-
depleting a
there's a
lot
lot
of the
of fast
fight
kills,
util
yeah.
throughout the half. Leaf was really the pivotal factor for me. The amount of lurk kills that he was getting to get sites open late or just finding the openings on Mata early, really the most impactful person in the server on that first half for me.
Can't ask for a better showcase of that Valen mid-rounding either. The challenge is issued by G2.
prime ad?
NRG
We
have
can
got
do a
some
prime ad.
catching up to do, but they'll be onto the attack
Definitely do a
side
prime ad.
right after this break.
Hey, we got this old mattress.
Who should we use for it? Consistent as always throughout this awful meta. I mean, it's not been consistent in just this meta. It's been consistent in every meta that's impressive, really. As much as you don't like this meta, or if people don't like this meta, it's still impressive that people are, or like the same teams can be consistent in this meta. HyperX G2 starting to look like NRG now as well. So hard to do, man, what they're doing. Where's Shio, man? I felt like
This is also could play.
okay, chat, if you're watching on YouTube, maybe you want to make your way over towards Twitch, see if you got one of these. It is a Twitch Prime. Comes with Amazon Prime. It means that you can have no ads during Masters. It lasts for a whole month. You might have forgot about it. That's okay. You can support the channel. Not going to cost you anything. You get emotes. You can rewind. All of that cool stuff. H, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the tier 1. Did it work? Not exactly. But good news is you won't get ads for a month. Mine cash as well with the Prime. Appreciate that as well, mate. Thank you so much for checking, man. I appreciate that. Petester as well, the Prime. Thank you with the 4 months, mate. We've done that also. Can you unmute? You wanted me to unmute for that? It was bad timing, I'll give you that. Smart Boy, thanks so much for the Prime, man. Appreciate that as well. Thank you for the 2 months.
6th. Scan the QR code to score your tickets for VCT's next global event. And ideally, America's fans, we're unleashing these two teams on the rest of the world. They are sharpening each other up for that global contest.
Chat, if you want to do this as well, exclamation mark London, 20% off London tickets, not for the finals though.
Which of these two teams go to our best of 5 stage final? G2 with a pretty nice little timeout midway through their attack side.
They should be there every day.
Later on NRG and get ahead by 4 rounds.
We'll see if they can just close.
Hopefully
this
Mini
out.
will come as well.
Much
we'll get some other people on.
Lotus being the attack side kind of map it once used to be. Doesn't feel as
there's still tickets going. There's still tickets. Still tickets.
G2 on this
at least, I'm not sure about the finals, but there's tickets for all the days that on the finals still.
And his job is just going to be to delay and to live, and then G2 try to play for a floater retake. Maybe you can get a kill in the process. That'd be great, but really, the Vice job in these situations just not die.
Sheer wall placed for this flood out of tree. So that's going to buy a pretty healthy amount of time. This might see a rotation back across for NRG, but Baby Bay is caught.
Did he think they were just heavy committing though?
Make sure he keeps an eye on the prize.
It didn't really make sense.
NRG with the time on the clock, they're comfortable just going away elsewhere right now. Feeling like it's extremely likely they've drawn the rotate.
Going for the fast few days. I should be there. I should be there for the whole event, mate.
Flood back into assist, so let's just go as fast as we can somewhere else. And they have the right read on the situation. This C site is completely free. Now they just have to
stacks with the Prime as well. Thank you for the 3 months, mate. Thank you for doing that, bro.
G2 still busy.
I mean, how'd you even retake this?
On that A side, but this is probably exactly how NRG drew it up.
Scoob would have to lose some jewels.
Be having to look in 2 different directions here, because slowly through halls, VALORANT is looking to get set up with that paranoia that he actually uses just to clear the close corner.
Oh, he's sleeping slightly.
But he's in a decent spot now, at least. Oh, that's nasty stuff by Trent there. Scoober actually fell off the line, wasn't in a position. Timing again just not really favouring NRG. VALORANT's looking to try and make his way in, and Hawk be damned, he's going for it. Scuba, though, doubles down.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, they had too many sheriffs to lose this, surely.
That is just some high-quality team fighting from NRG, being able to stop G2 with the choke there, but a good prior little understanding of what was happening in the round, making that fast pivot back towards C. And
will there be a plat shot there? Maybe.
Exposed. You really just can't be going down in that situation.
Any plans to sell merch at the event? Nah. If you're merch, you just buy it beforehand, man. I'm not going to sell anything.
That's giving NRG the opening.
We call him the wall on defense, but we know his NRG team can pull a rabbit out of a hat on maps like Lotus.
The straight away Odin buy is mad.
NRG with 3
big
wins,
an Odin,
including a 13-4 over Furia. We are walking straight up into this B side. NRG unlikely to finish here, though. It means that they can take a nasty angle on some of these other sides. And there's a crossfire set up for C main here, but
already freeze kill of all time, and now they just have to deal with Leaf. It's pretty funny from NRG. They just discover the sheer wall is not a B. What if we just all silently walk
just
through?
The 5-man walk through B.
Nice free little round. Maybe see if Ethan can get a couple
to the mound fight though, I'll say that much.
Close towards the nightfall, but.
And these teams have kept their pistol win rates even now. I think they're like 19 and 18. But importantly, NRG building back into the game. Yet to really see what G2 has for us on defense. It was the defense side yesterday that seemed to be a problem for them, where there were a lot of nerves, a lot of discomfort from that Leviathan team who wanted to play quiet, cut noise midway through the round.
Even a little bit of damage done. It's the best you can hope for NRG.
G2 just going to go down to the spike, not give any orbs away. NRG will be able to bring everything over into this next round where they have an Odin on the round 2, have a rifle on the round 2. This bonus buy is about to have some potency to it. Doesn't
look
feel
like a bonus.
In fact, it's just not a bonus. They just have basically a
it's a full buy round. It's a full buy round, and then obviously they can just lose it and get full guns as well. Maybe an op also.
Okay, so it looks like it'll be just NRG looking to work this A side.
Yeah, pistols are a problem in this game, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I tell you, Valorant's going to have his wits about him here.
But
Early
I don't think we're ever going to change it.
The usual stuff. Valorant does not want to risk anything on the C side.
We'll see how proactive Scuba opts to get over towards A, kind of in comparison to Leaf. Check in on the impact that both of these wipers are having on the game. Early on NRG, you're just going to want to put a lot of emphasis on getting some of this Vice util off of the map.
Well, question mark created at the same time because they opened the door.
C choke for a sheer.
They create the question mark over towards front B. Prowler clears. They saw the Prowler as well, so they could easy just make a call to A default and then pivot into B here. You would imagine it's a 1, somewhere 1 here, and then 1.
Leaving that insert, watching B main.
Just waiting for the wall drop to send
and even
out
this
the
one might be
Prowler,
over here, to be honest with you.
Towards this A side, Leaf still just has the Molly play with a little bit of delay. He's going to need some help though.
Looking like
players are spread pretty
Leaf's done a pretty good job here.
30 seconds left.
I mean, by contrast, NRG were basically all
Yeah,
scared.
he was holding this for a while.
G2 not convinced that this isn't a fake. Trent holding a very tight line.
Time is getting really low, but it's all good.
They
because
peek
NRG
behind
can
the
just
door
take this
though.
pivot towards the B
Yeah, they
side.
peek behind the wall and see them. It's a great nade.
G2 trying to contest. This is Jaw trying to
Oh
get
my
in,
god,
but he is
Ethan,
paranoid
fair play.
of good counter utility from NRG, but they still need to get this spike down.
Yeah, it's getting hectic now. 6 seconds left of the round. Ethan trying to get this stick, but from upper, Valen might try and emerge. It's being covered pretty well though. Babybay trying to break on in. The spike is down, and now G2 have to go to work. In a 2v3, Ethan's going to be playing close here, and Valen's mindful of this. He can't expose him too much to main, and he gets around the corner. It's
A
not
nice
a
round
kill
from
that
Ethan,
Babybay
though.
can trade, and it's not a risk
He
he can afford
got
to
a
take.
perfect kill here, and the read was good as well. As soon as this Prowler goes in and they knew they created pressure here, they just owned it.
And just having all of that
Brook did good
utility
as well.
ready to
Just
send
tucked
out
in the whole
for
time.
G2
Then once they took
potential
A space,
flood
started
from
making
heaven,
sound,
really the
then he
only,
starts pushing out.
or rather the most relevant lane for them to
Good
cover.
calling, man.
Back
Look nice
in
from
towards
them.
the B side.
Feels like they had to. I think that shield wall that Babybay put down at A would have made it impossible to plant that site.
Yeah, both teams just out of necessity playing a very patient attack side game. Just never able to rush anything against the comps that we're seeing in the
I think after the Initiator and Neon changes, we're going to see a more
Vice.
balanced meta like 2025. Yeah, we should. I think they're going to overdo the Centipes though.
How to poke holes into it.
That's
It
my
did take both these rosters
that's
a
my
while
take.
to pick up the double duelist and actually start trying that in this stage. I mean, correlation or causation, they're also the two teams that went 0 and 2 here in stage 1 before they made insane runs. 1 round separates these two though. NRG have virtually completed the comeback. G2 are down to very little.
And at least on this map, neither of them had to worry about the double duelist because it's really just not as good as comp that, or either of the comps that these teams are running. Pick your duelist. See if G2 can get anything accomplished, even just do some damage to NRG on this round because the economy is really getting out of control with the attack side team.
Sees nade?
Yeah, I like the
Sees
idea.
nade, try to deny someone if
Guy
they towards the
Rackhams, they
orb,
pick
but
up the orb.
NRG just sidestep all of that util.
I'm brutal
They're
with the prime.
unscathed.
Appreciate the 36 months, mate. Thank you for that.
Milling around over at that rubble area eventually though. NRG no. They're going to have to get forward. Extra tree presence here for G2. With these close stingers and Valen's that barely able to get away. Hit with the paranoia, but able to fall back onto the side. It'll be tough for him to win any of those key fights here now. Yep, Trent is blinded and revealed.
Combat it with their own
flash.
flash.
Maybe catch someone lingering out by stairs. We've seen this work before. Dive
It's a little bold, man. The pivot in with no front B info. As much as I love the call before, I don't love this one. There's so much pressure from B.
Timing for Babybay is pretty good.
Oh my god,
He's got
bounced
the
off his
key
head.
rifle here, and he's putting it to work. He would have needed a bit more, but he's a classic. And it's down to Scuba. All of a sudden, a round you feel is guaranteed for NRG. Rests on one player.
Obviously knows the position on Leaf, who is
His PC crash? His PC's
towards
crash.
the C side. The noise cut from Scuba
His
might work
PC's
out, but
crash.
Trent is prepped on that angle.
What? I mean, they kind of lost the round anyway, I feel like. But I don't know if his PC crashed or his mouse disconnected or what. But I feel like if his mouse disconnected, he's moving his keyboard here.
Babybay with the
It's a bad... Dude, we went from a really good call to a really bad call.
Has been able to get the significant multi-kill rounds in this game. for G2. Leaf has had like the high
I feel like if you're gonna buy the Stinger into this, you need to be the human drone that we were talking about earlier. Where like you're not giving them too much of an upgrade.
And I do want to just
Even
put
though
it
it
out
is
there.
G2, but
We are on Pie Watch. Ethan having a quieter game at 3-12 currently. But NRG up until that round
Remakes the
looking really
rounds. I
solid.
mean, he
In
was probably
fact,
gonna lose
the way
there.
that round played out was reasonable.
we've seen
They
worse.
drove,
That's
go
what I'm
towards
saying.
Tree, tried to pull players maybe towards deep in that A site. Then dive to B. All very reasonable. They get caught out. Trent finding 2 sheriff kills. And Baby Bay, of course, making great use of the hero rifle.
Baby Bay is just, I mean, we talked about this so much yesterday in the game against Lead, but he is
He
just
could have
been
tabbed here. He could have tabbed.
really, really standing
Could have
out.
pressed Windows key or something. I don't know.
For me, their best player easily.
It didn't look great.
Switching to this Vice, plays the chamber on one map. He really just feels at home. You can just tell how comfortable he is in the role right now.
So let's head into NRG. They're trying to hit this C site. They might have to wait though.
Can you use any util? I want to re-walk in and see. Do you have a bully smoke?
Yeah, I have another bullet.
Yeah, bully smoke after this.
Can we just hit on them? Can we just hit?
Go.
I'm down. I'm stunning pillar.
Ulting right, ulting right.
Wait, yes, I'm
Could be Ben, could be Ben. Tethering Ben down him. One right side, one right side.
I'm alone.
Adam, I'm flashing. You ready? Flash.
Go.
Two, front B.
Hold.
Coming with you, Adam.
Ben dead.
Whoa.
Boys, go C. Go C.
Hit close left, close left. They're gonna flood out water, guys. Counter spam water, please.
I hear you.
Counter spam. Yep. Okay, one more front B. I got bomb down. How long on Gunsmoke?
NRG, they do a good job circumventing
Dude,
that
how's
util.
he
They get
even
into
winning
the
that drill
site.
back a site? That's
Don't
not
feel
from
heavy
matter.
impact from Baby Bay's Vice, and the Steel Guard are not relevant because he's down. They don't have a lot of space here, though. They're not able to work forward. NRG love to do that, but right now they can't. The Haunt is great, though, to even things up, or rather trade things out.
They're still going to play into this Odin, though. And look at how low Ethan and Marta both have become. This is getting
Oh.
dangerous there. Ethan for 2. That's huge. Trent, though, has...
Pie Watch done, buddy.
That's over.
Pie Watch is over with the 2-piece.
Trent had 2 players in the side. One more out to try and deal with, and he decides to call it on this one. G2 surge up, try and take space on that C side.
There's one,
At
yeah.
least
I
2
mean,
players in a heartbeat.
you
to
guys kind of
Ethan.
kept it simple here.
I always love how NRG
Wasn't
are
really an
able to play
overcall,
on
and this
this
kind of helped the
C-side.
situation, I think.
Even in the rounds where you're not able to get the forward space as the team that they would like
And this is
to,
all matter, though.
they're so good at being able to
Like this whole
find
round is matter.
the
I mean, the
kills
Tev
in
is
the
really
team
nice
fight
to enable it. but-
backside in these situations as well.
Very nice. Give me some.
We got to listen to the comms in that round as well. You saw it was... At one point looked a little bit dicey for Marta, who, is in the normal position of being caught off by the sheer
Expect
wall.
a balance
But the call
meta
from
in
behind him
champs.
is,
I mean, more
flash you, Adam.
balanced than it has
There's
been for these
paranoia
2
there.
events,
Kiko
sure.
has it wide up just to make sure that they're
Again, it
isolated.
depends what they
Neon
do
isn't
with
gonna
the
get brought
Sentis.
down.
Sentis aren't
Obviously,
too
Baby
bad
Bay
right
just
now.
stuck crouching on an
Just,
angle and loses out, and then it's on for Young and Old. It's clear to NRG that they
Especially
can
once you
hit
get
that
rid of
side.
Neon as well. Sentis are actually in a good spot. And then they're
Heading
going to
into
buff him,
this
so we'll
next
see.
round, trying to factor in the ultimates here as well.
Depends which
Baby Bay
Sentis
going
they
down, he
decide
still
to
has that
buff.
Steel Guard, and it wasn't a factor in the last one. Jogmo's going to have the showstopper to work with here.
You predict a
On
veto
the
meta?
side
Mate,
of
teams don't have
NRG,
to use
but
veto. We won't get
they're
veto meta.
continuing to succeed in this half.
Teams
just
still think
in
he's chamber.
the economic game, because they had that. It really, honestly, goes back to even like the round 2, where they just are able to flawless. So then their bonus round becomes a full.
Do you think we
buy,
get
and
rid
they
of
still
Neon?
have
I don't
one
think we
left
get
in the
rid
bank
of Neon.
after that.
No.
To the extent
I think
that even
Neon's
when
in
they
a good
lose
spot after
to
this, though.
G2 on an effective eco, 1 hero rifle round, they still have money to just keep buying over and over. They still have
Again, it
reserves in
depends
the
on
bank
the,
now, even on a pivotal round where they don't
Depends
have
on
the
the-
ultimates on anyone to go up against G2. Like they have got
On how
themselves
much they
set
change
up
the Sentis.
to just keep applying pressure, even if they lose rounds right now. Even if it's, okay, it's a round loss, but we get the ults out from G2, they can keep buying in the future.
How are you meant to use veto,
It's
though?
just the open-
Like, if I was going to use veto on
Like you
this
mentioned,
map,
being in a
people
rough
would, on defense, let's use an example, people would probably just put the
Then also
trip
open
here,
for
play C,
Some free
then
damage.
anchor on C for some reason. People do that with
Seen this
rotates.
spot many,
Like a
many
TP that
times.
they can get out, or maybe like a TP they can play around C. How I would play it on this
Right
map,
here sees the door toggle.
like fast trips,
Bring them down.
We've seen NRG
and
go through this
then
before. Some tree pressure,
being
some
rotate,
util,
so
and
you
then
can
dive
fast
on that B
rotate.
side of the map. But look at, you see Jorgen's playing a little bit further forward.
I think it has to be
Actually is taken
rotate,
down by
to
that
be honest.
spam. Deep there over towards Rubble. He's
At
fallen.
least 50% of the rounds. No one uses it on
Might
rotate.
see an opportunity to press a little
No,
bit harder.
everyone
It's
uses the
also
trip like a
fallen.
trip, but the
This
fact
might
it's a
just be little bit
projectile
too
is
slow
like the
for
main
NRG.
thing.
They're pressuring the
But
side of the
everyone
map
plays
with
at
the
anchor.
Oden.
It shouldn't be
Now they're down
anchor
to
agents.
3.
It's like one of the
Jaw
worst anchor
somehow alive
agents.
amidst all of this
There's
pressure.
no anchor
Yeah,
util
just
apart from the
getting stunned
TP.
up doesn't matter. Mata finally gets
And even then
one
the
back,
TP is
just
like
straight
a channel.
Okay, and Jaw goes down as well. Sure.
Now this round's looking and
Like
feeling
playing
a little bit
Omen
different.
anchor because it can TP instead of
NRG
the
just
Omen
hoping
flash.
to pause
Doesn't make
and
sense.
see if they could find some kills. They do. Just Valen caught right behind that smoke, unfortunately. 30 seconds left on the clock,
30
and all the
seconds
space at A is just acquiesced by NRG. If they work towards this
Dude, look
B
at
side,
Baby
they
Bay,
have
man.
to deal with thorns.
He's scared of
They
all
have
of
to
this.
be concerned as well that that could be the case towards C.
They just don't know at this point.
Okay, Leaf had one.
This is a straight up gamble by NRG.
And with time getting so low,
Molly
this
for
Molly is going to be a
default.
factor. The Steel Garden from Baby Bay is going to be a factor. There are 8 seconds, and they have to plant this spike.
Mane going to be hit by the molly. Able to get clear of it though as he goes for the plant.
Imagine, man.
Well, Link
If
just goes
he had hit
straight
it.
for the plant spot. Look at this chase. Okay.
Doesn't
Oh,
matter. They couldn't
wait, he
have
got off it.
spiked down.
He got
There
off
was
it.
just enough delay from Leaf.
No way, bro. He
Well,
got
happened
off
to Molly?
that?
Mata had to slide past the normal plant spot onto the side itself.
Yeah, and then he was trying to tuck like for the plant from Mouse.
Did he get off the plant because Leaf
Wait, but if he stopped the
I'm
plant,
not
he
sure
still
if
had
he
4
got off of it.
seconds.
Well, that's
It
a
was
3-peat, by the way.
4.5.
Another one.
He would have had to have got off it again.
Starts with these spam kill here for Trent. Jaw finds one off a showstopper. And then there's 2 bizarre spam kills through this toxic string.
This was such a good ult from Jaw.
Well, he goes out.
Able to survive in the corners. That was at 10 seconds. That goes
Go on.
down.
He got off
He
it
got off it.
4.8.
Yep.
You just tap it again.
That's
What happened there?
devastating.
He must have just...
Kind of get it. It takes a lot of trust to expect your
Completely
teammates to pick
beefed
the
it.
frag up for you. All right, Valen wants to fight here. And the paint shell back in that corner.
He
Definitely
ulted, he
gave
thought they
Mata
were
a bit of a
fast
tickle. He is
flooding. Oh,
extremely
boy.
low. He crossed, but he's down to 14.
Ethan's down off the one-way. Mata weak. Brock weak. It's proactivity from G2 in the mound fight. Pivotal right now in the early round. Oh, and Kiko sticks that teleport. Caught
Oh,
by
God,
Trent,
it's crumbling.
trying to get some space in the A
It's
side of the
crumbling.
team, who now have nothing to work with.
It's falling
Getting
apart.
sold out by Vice Util.
Holy how it's all
Oh my
falling
God,
apart.
Dre is there for the kill as well.
Joy can pick this up now.
That
Low as he is.
feels like textbook Lotus in this round from G2, and Josh should just be the nail in the coffin
Yeah, I
on
mean,
this
it's a
round
double kill
timing.
here.
It is perfect.
Maddest PC's crash, right?
You mentioned
No,
how
just holding ult
NRG
then.
was still able to buy into some of these tough situations, but eventually that's going to dwindle and it might
Jesus, man.
run out. At the worst possible
There's been some
moment.
devastating rounds here.
Yeah, G2 there just taking that
We had the
C
bad
round,
call
fight
pivot
early,
over
putting
towards
the
B when
numbers
they
there,
had no...
and forces NRG
They had no
away. They
info.
lose a lot of HP.
I mean,
They try
they're
to
not
quickly go
sticking the
over towards
plant
A
one. It's
side, and
mad,
they're
though.
into the Odin. They're dealing with the Vice Util. That's just exactly how you want these rounds to play out as the defensive team here on Lotus.
Mata's got no choice but to think
I
towards
think
the
he
next.
has
We've not
plant
really
hotkey
seen
on ult. Matix,
the
no one
fast
has
play
their
out of the
plant
A side
key
here
as
from
their ult
NRG,
button,
or
please.
rather at least we've not seen the team
You're
clash
killing me
on
with that
map.
one.
And
That
NRG did
feels
try
like
and throw in
a-
mound
that
fight
feels like a
variation
rage
on their
bait.
defense side, but G2 just were playing so carefully on their attack side, they didn't walk into it. G2, 2 away from taking their map pick of Lotus.
It's just that early fight, kind of utiled up, and Ethan caught behind that one way. Trent just gets a little bit out of the vision range from the ult.
One enemy
With that
remaining.
late push out from Jaw, essentially sealing the deal.
Yep, exactly as G2 would have hoped in that round.
Active
Just
timeout? Surely.
forcing NRG
Yeah,
to
okay.
run right into the Odin and the Vice Util setup after that early fight. Bonkard taking another timeout here late in this game to see if NRG can stay
a devastating
in it, if they
half
can
for them,
rally
man.
back. Still,
feel
the
like they
economy
could've
is
won
strong
this.
enough to just keep getting these buys at this point,
Yeah,
right?
somehow.
Like, they are just never on an eco.
This is assisted by 2 saves being taken by NRG in the last couple of rounds, albeit only 1 gun taken out of round number 19. It's getting dangerous though. They are going to invest pretty heavily into this, meaning that map point, should G2 find success here,
Not over yet.
will be
You
already
can't make
possible
these
with
mistakes
NRG's
against
level
G2,
of
man.
weaponry.
Other teams,
So you're gonna
sure.
make a call here, and I wonder if it's going to be
But
something accelerated in the early
It's-
round. They
it's
had the
too
fight
many.
taken to them at Mound as Valen just punished them with a one-way. It's pretty fundamental stuff. Do G2 opt to lean on their firepower to get them back into the driver's seat of this game?
Looks like NRG are going to be set up to try to get out of this A side early. Maybe a little teleport across to Rubble. Deep haunt. And there shouldn't really be too much contention from G2. Maybe a little bit of spam, but that'd be all. It's just relatively fake with some of those audio cues, like the teleport, but in reality, they're just leaving Mata there on the A side. They do their best to make it seem like there could be a few players here, though, from NRG working out.
Yeah, so ultimately, this early round comes with a pretty strong default flavor. Scuba holds the line towards B main. And the most active part of NRG is those that are trying to clear
thanks
the
so
way
much for the prime, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you.
Mata going to be spotted out here, also Haunted. Trying to cross, it's a dangerous game.
Yeah, gets out of there. Didn't have a fast lane to get the cross, but the wall comes up, and that's enough for him to get to safety.
So not too bad, though. They at least create C pressure.
Re-clearing Rubble just a little bit later into the round. But NRG want to, after
do they have a
having
set
Mata on
plan
retreat, get back into the space.
with the Visor? I mean, because of the inside here, it looks like they go in B, but oh boy,
that could be a problem.
there goes the smokes.
That's a backbreaker for NRG.
That's just the Jargamo intuition with the spam. 30 seconds left on the clock. They have to get into this site against Trent with the
just not a good
Visor. Trying to get out of the Seal Garden range. Nightfall to delay.
The baby door leaves, able to find one that should be enough here.
Forward.
Baby
Probably
ready to
be doing
receive,
this.
trying to get ahead of those relay bolts. Brought down by Ethan, great flash.
He's forced out in the open because of that bolt. That's nice, but Mata, he's hungry for more, wants to get the advantage, and he goes down. Now it's all on Ethan.
And he's done. It's going to be multi-swung into to get G2 up to 12.
Falling apart for them,
and
for
a disastrous situation economically for NRG.
Super BB, thanks so much for the prime, man. Appreciate the 2 months.
Very little to work
in the
with.
3 teams from each region that qualified out of the top 3 in their respective regions. Or do you think some of them got a little lucky? I think some of them got a little lucky.
It has been a hot minute since they've dropped one over to these.
I think there's a couple of teams that if they like played 10 times, I would say that some of those teams would be under the 50%.
This G2 team are just so
that's
good
VALORANT,
on
man.
Lotus and bouncing back
That's why we enjoy it as well.
immediately after the loss yesterday. It feels like it just didn't even really happen.
It feels like they're really they're keeping the energy contained.
Name them? I mean, GE are definitely one. GE against Paper X. They've played, what, 4 times?
Yeah.
You can't get too crazy.
If they played 10 times, I feel like Paper X would win maybe even 7. And GE would win 3. It's just that they qualified if one of the 3.
Teleports a little bit forward, so
I'm saying they didn't deserve it because they've actually been playing well. Foot are better than Eternal Fire. Wait, I think Eternal Fire are better than Foot. I think that would be 6-4 if they played 10 times to Eternal Fire.
They've got to now try and overwhelm that tree position, and for now, Trent's going to be a little bit solid, but Baby always picks up one in the mid-round. Kiko handled, Shorty doesn't quite
Surely, though, look at the damage.
As Rourke and Ethan are alive, the word alive is doing some heavy lifting.
Very, very nice.
It was down to 1.
Yeah, it just kind of crumbled for NRG here. Couple of rough rounds. Had the bad core round, had the tap off the spike.
A little lackluster here on Lotus, and Ethan,
it just adds up too much.
G2 lock it up. Some timely timeouts, get them back to winning ways. And they're keeping it calm, cool, collected. They know this could be a slog.